Ahead of the 2020 season, there will be a number of changes to the structure of the women's game in Scotland. This has been developed from months of consultation with our member clubs and stakeholders, with the proposed structure passing unanimously at our EGM in September. Before looking at the new structure, let's have a look at the past. Previously, there was a national pyramid of approximately 80 teams. They competed as follows: a national SWPL 1 and SWPL 2, each with 8 teams. An SWFL Division 1 North and SWFL Division 1 South, each with 12 teams. 4 regional SWFL Division 2 leagues, each with around 9 or 10 teams. Out with the pyramid sat the Highlands and Islands League, with 8 teams participating in a more relaxed and flexible format of 14 fixtures. The Scottish Cup was a compulsory national tournament that all first teams had to participate in. All teams entered at round 1, with the exception of SWPL teams who entered at round 3. There were 4 League Cup competitions: the SWPL Cup, the SWFL Division 1 Cup, the SWFL Division 2 Cup and the Highlands and Islands League Cup. These were straight knockout competitions, with the SWPL Cup first round being seeded. During the consultation period, an optimal structure was outlined which split the game into 2 distinct areas: performance and recreational. We recognise limitations on implementing this due to a lack of teams in the recreational arm to make this a viable option in 2020. With continued growth year on year, we believe this is an achievable aspiration, but at present we are around 20 teams short of introducing 8-team leagues across all 6 regions for our more recreational teams. In the interim period, we must provide a meaningful pathway that helps us work towards the previous whilst attempting to address some of the existing issues identified through the consultation process. We will now outline the new structure, which focuses on providing clear and distinct pathways for recreational and performance teams, whilst maintaining or reducing travel commitments of existing SWFL Division 2 teams. The game will be split into a performance pathway and a separate, more regional and recreational pathway. Let's have a look at both of these now. The performance pathway is designed for ambitious clubs willing to travel nationally with aspirations to progress through the pyramid to the SWPL. This pathway would be made up of 3 tiers with 40 to 44 teams as follows: a national SWPL 1 made up of 8 teams with criteria-based entry, a national SWPL 2 made up of 10 teams with criteria-based entry, a championship made up of 2 regional leagues of 10 to 12 teams with criteria-based entry. Teams must self-identify if they consider themselves a performance club who wishes to participate in the performance pathway, and the exact size and makeup of the leagues will be determined thereafter. Playoffs would also be introduced as follows: automatic relegation for the team finishing 8th in SWPL 1, automatic promotion for the team finishing 1st in SWPL 2, a playoff between teams finishing 7th in SWPL 1 and 2nd in SWPL 2, automatic relegation for teams finishing 9th and 10th in SWPL 2, automatic promotion for teams finishing 1st in Championship North and South, playoffs between 2nd in Championship 1 North and South and 8th in SWPL 2. This will be in the form of 2 playoff fixtures. First, the 2 championship sides finishing 2nd will play each other, with the winner progressing to a playoff final against the team finishing 8th in SWPL 2. Only 1 team per club is permitted in the performance pathway. The Scottish Cup would be a compulsory competition for all teams in the performance pathway. The SWPL Cup will now feature a new group stage, replacing the first round of the competition. The top 2 sides in the SWPL 1 league table from the previous season will receive a bye into the quarter-finals, while the remaining 16 sides from SWPL 1 and 2 will battle for the final 6 places. Of the remaining 10 teams that do not reach the SWPL Cup quarter-final, the 8 best placed teams will enter a new SWPL Plate competition. The Scottish Women's Championship Cup will run in the same format as the previous SWFL Division 1 Cup in a straight knockout format. In addition, the National Performance Leagues will continue to run as part of the performance pathway to provide a meaningful environment for the best youth players at under 15 and under 19 to develop and progress. There will be scope to grow the performance pathway in future with the addition of new teams and leagues when appropriate. The recreational pathway is designed to provide regular, competitive football for teams with a more recreational centred philosophy. It is not part of the performance pyramid and sits as a standalone competition structure with no promotion or relegation. A relaxed implementation of rules will apply at this level. This includes the option to play rolling substitutes, the option to play games at neutral midway venues where appropriate, and a more flexible approach to postponements. League sizes would be determined based on the number of clubs self-identifying as recreational, but on the basis of approximately 25 to 32 teams, leagues would be structured as follows: a North/East Regional League of 6 to 8 teams, a West/Central Regional League of 6 to 8 teams, a Southeast/Central Regional League of 6 to 8 teams, a West/Southwest Regional League of 6 to 8 teams, and a Highlands and Islands Regional League of 8 to 10 teams. Teams in the recreational pathway would have the option to participate in the Scottish Women's Cup, a National Cup competition for all recreational teams, or to opt out of all National Cup competitions. Regional League Cups for each league would be developed with the option to add group stages to supplement a guaranteed number of games. In conclusion, the girls and women's game in Scotland continues to develop, and it's imperative that the competition structure supports this. The changes we have outlined for 2020 should ensure the game continues to grow by creating an attractive competition format for both the elite and more recreational player.